Hello everyone, welcome back. If you're new here, my name's Alison. I am 53 today, it's my birthday. So I thought I'd do a get ready with me. I'm going to do some different makeup products from the last get ready with me. I've had my hair cut, so I'm going to show you how I style my short hair. This is my daughter's headband. She'll probably complain at me when she sees this video, but she's at work, so she can't do anything about it. So yeah, I'm going to go out for some lunch later with my husband Si, and so I thought I'd share my day with you. Well, my weekend really. So first off, for my birthday, I've had some makeup brushes. They're only off Amazon. Magefy, I think they're called. I ordered them myself with some of my birthday money that I knew I was getting. And they come in this nice little pouch, and they're double-ended. 8 of them are double-ended. So altogether you get 20 brushes, but 8 of them are double-ended. So you get four brushes that aren't double-ended, which are the eyeshadow brushes. I think they were $15.99 on offer from Amazon. You get 3 different colours. I've chosen the brown ones. You can get black with rose gold or pink. So I'm going to give these a whirl today. So right, let's make a start. I was watching another lady on YouTube, and she used the Maybelline Baby Skin Instant Pore Eraser. So I thought I'd give that a try because I'm pretty much out of my NYX primer. So I'm going to give this a whirl. I've already done my skincare, and I have been trying some different products actually. I normally use the Aldi Lacura range, but for Christmas, Si bought me some Liz Earle stuff, not cheap. And it's one of those where I like the products a lot, and I've ended up buying a couple of extra bits and bobs with my birthday money while I can afford to. So I'll just show you what I've had on my skin. So I've put on the Liz Earle Serum. This is one of the products I've bought with my birthday money. I do normally use a serum, but I use the Aldi one. So I've had a layer of that on. Then I'm using another product that's a bit pricey, but I actually got it as a good offer. I got it on the aeroplane when we went skiing the other week. So this was on offer, and it's the Elizabeth Arden 8-hour miracle oil, 8-hour cream all over miracle oil. I did try the 8-hour cream years ago, and I didn't reckon much to it, to be fair, but maybe didn't give it long enough to try it. But I've tried this oil because I do like an oil on my skin as I'm getting older and more mature. Now, a lot of people say to put your moisturiser on and then the oil because of the way it sinks into your skin and acts as a base and all that kind of thing. I do that at night time because I find that the oil doesn't penetrate the skin as much when I've got a layer moisturiser on first, but I do like it at night. But in the day, I put this on first, and it's not a greasy, oily oil, but it's not a dry oil. It's really light, and it sinks in really nice. And then after the oil, I've put on the Liz Earle Super Skin Moisturiser, and you'll see that I'm nearly out of that. And I've used it a lot since Christmas, so it does last longer. I've just probably been using a bit more than I should. So I'm going to just use a little bit less this time because I have had some more for my birthday. So that's my skincare. It's been settling in for a while now. And so yeah, I'm going to do some different makeup to what I did before. Looks the same at the end because I'm going to use the same colours kind of thing that I like for my skin. And because we're still in, are we in spring now officially? It's March, 6th of March. And I'm still going to use like what I use throughout the winter, sort of like brownie colours. I've not switched to pinky bases and things yet because I wear those more in the summer. But yeah, I just want to say I get the day off on my birthday. The company I work for, we all get our holiday. We all get a holiday on our birthday. So it's a Friday, going out for lunch. So I'll stop rattling and I'll get on with it. So the first thing I'm going to use for under my eyes, in fact I need to take my glasses off now because obviously I can't put any makeup on with my glasses on. So I've got a mirror here, I've got you guys there, and then I have a handheld mirror because I can't see a thing without my specs on. So yeah, first up I've got the NYX Pro Fix Stick Correcting Concealer. I can't remember last time when I did my makeup whether I just used my Catrice Under Eye Brightener, which I like this. I think I'll probably use it more in the summer when I've got a bit more of a tan. I find that this gives a bit more coverage. Oops, this gives a bit more coverage. I'll link everything in the description box below that I'm using. So yeah, so I'm going to start off with this correction stick. I'm going to have to use this mirror, sorry, but I think you can still see me. And I put it just where my dark circles are rather than under all the eye. And I'm going to use my new brushes to blend it in. So, this one. So I'm just going to pop that in where the dark circle bits are. I think last time also I might have used the NYX four-way colour palette that I've got that's like got a yellow, green and this salmon colour and purple, I think. So I may have used a selection of things, but anyway, I've tried this one, quite like it. So I'm just going to go and pop that on where the dark circles are. So next up, instead of using the liquid foundation that I used before, the Boots number 7, I've actually been using this Laura Geller. It's all come off the thing, I'm afraid. It's the Laura Geller Baked Foundation, and it's like a powder, and you put it on like a powder, but then it kind of becomes a foundation. It's not creamy. Don't go on like a creamy foundation. It goes on like a powder, but it then gives the effect of foundation, and you can build up the coverage. And because it's daytime and I don't want a heavy face of makeup, I'm going to use this today to show you how it goes on. I use this retractable brush that I bought from Amazon. It's quite nice for travelling in. It just pulls up, and it's the Rankai brand. Yeah, quite nice, big, almost like a kabuki brush. So I just give it a swirl round in the pan there, and then I just swirl it onto my cheeks first. Oh, I forgot to put my primer on. Hang fire. I'm glad I only put a little bit of that on. Right, wipe that off. So first things first, after this, primer. I told you about that, didn't I? I'm going to use this Maybelline Baby Skin Primer that I saw a lady on YouTube use. So it comes out like a gel. It's just, she said you only need a little bit, so I'm going to try that amount for this side. Because I do get open pores here. That goes lovely. It feels gorgeous on this skin. I don't like that. And yeah, you only need a tiny little bit. A bit on the other side. And then with the surplus that I can feel on my hand, I figure that if it's good for pores and wrinkles here, I might do something for me wrinkles on my forehead. So yeah, that feels lovely. Happy with that. So, back to where I was. I'll swirl that onto the cheeks. It gives a nice coverage, kind of evens out your face, but it's not heavy, and it doesn't like completely cover all the blemishes, which is what I'm happy with daytime makeup. Puts from my forehead, and I swirl it round and brush it over the eyes. And like I say, you can build this up. I think once it's warmed up onto your skin, it kind of goes a bit more like a foundation coverage, but at the moment it's like powder. Just bring it down my neck. Not sure if this shade might be just one shade too dark, but I ordered it offline, so it's hard sometimes to work out what colour to get. But then I suppose in the summer when I start getting a bit of sun on my skin, it might be the perfect match. I don't think that looks too bad. Let's put a little bit more on each cheek. I actually normally sit on my bed and do my makeup, but I'm sat in front of the window in my bedroom and it's really bright. I don't normally put my makeup on when it's this bright. So yeah, everything's really in my face. Right, so that is that foundation, powder foundation. And then because I think I still need a bit of coverage under my eye and a little bit on a couple of blemishes, I still use concealer. Some people, I suppose, might use this under the foundation, even though it's a powdery foundation, but I don't find it drying. So I'm going to put a little bit of the Catrice TrueSkin hydrating coverage. That is really good. This is my go-to concealer. I do like the Tarte Shape Tape. That's right. Sometimes I have trouble saying that. It's a bit pricey. So this is, to me, next best thing. Put a little bit under my eyes, nose, got a couple of broken veins around my mouth. That should do, hopefully. And I get my sponge and just dab that in for a bit more coverage. Sorry if I keep covering you up with the mirror. So yeah, it's my birthday. I've had some nice things so far. I've not opened my presents from my daughters because they're both at work. Phoebe doesn't sleep here, so she goes straight to work from her boyfriend's house. And Eleanor left at 7 this morning, and I'm like, no, I don't want to open cards and presents at that time. So we're doing that after they finish work. But yeah, we should have been going for a 9-course taster menu, fancy fine food kind of thing, at a local restaurant where I live. And Simon booked it the other day, and he phoned up yesterday just to check that they got the booking because he did it online. And they've texted this morning saying, oh, sorry, there's a glitch with the online booking system. We don't serve lunch at 2:30, which is when we were booked in for. But you can come for normal lunch between whatever time it was. Well, I haven't got time for that because I'm doing this. And we're a bit peeved because it's quite expensive to go. And like I say, Simon phoned to check and nobody said anything. So it makes me wonder whether they're just not doing that today and just doing a normal lunch menu. But anyway, we've decided to cancel the table there and we're going to another local restaurant that does tapas, but it's actually French. So it's French tapas. So we've never been, well, we went years ago before it changed hands, and it's actually been a few years, I think, since it changed hands. So we're going to go down there for lunch and then go to a couple of bars. Once we've been that, just for a few drinks, and anybody that wants to join us can join us, friends-wise. I've sent a text. Right, so still not, I think you can still see my dark circles. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go in with my Catrice Ultimate Camouflage Cream. I don't know whether this is for under the eyes, but it does give high coverage. And I've got it in the 015W Fair. And I just feel, and I'll just put a little bit on my finger end there. And I just feel if I pop a bit of that on, feel a bit more covered up under there. You'll see from my last video that I always complain about my under eye. I think that looks a little bit better. I've always had dark circles, whether I drink enough water and all that shebang. That's just my skin. Right. Okay, so that's the base done. So now I use the Benefit Hoola Original Bronzing Powder, and I'm going to use my new brush, and it's going to be this one, the angled one. I kind of contour with this as well. I don't do specifically do contour, but I use this bronzer as a contour. I'll just take it up each cheek there, up into the temple. and then a bit on the forehead. I think I told you last time, the serum I used, the John Frieda serum for the hair here where it was going thin. Can you see there how much hair growth I've got that's come back? I'll put a picture in of what it was before I started using this serum and now. And I think it's, yeah, there's definitely hair growing back. I recommend that. In fact, I'm on my second tube. You're supposed to use it every day for 3 months, and then after 3 months, once or twice a week. And I found it was so good that I bought another tube, so I continue to use it once or twice a week. And then I'll just do a bit under here. I've definitely got saggier jowls as I'm getting older. This is supposed to be a bit of a tighter jawline. There. So that's kind of like my bronzer contour. And then I may have used this last time, but I used the e.l.f. blusher, and this is Always Rosy. Like I say, I'll do a link in the description to everything. And I am going to use the smaller end of this brush for my blusher. And obviously with this Laura Geller foundation, because it's a powder-like foundation, I don't need to put any more powder on afterwards like I would if I'd got the, what do I normally use, number 7 cream foundation. So I don't need to put any more powder on, else my skin would look too dry. So I'll just do the blush high up on the cheekbone and a little bit on the apple. And then with this bigger end, I'm going to use that as a bit of a blender, a blending brush. Just to blend all that in. Okie dokie. So I like to do my eyebrows next, and I don't spend a lot of time on eyebrows if you saw my last video, because I don't have much eyebrow. I did have them microbladed years ago, and I've not been for a couple of years, so I've still got the outline which I can follow, but I don't actually have much hair. So I'm going to use this new brush just as a spoolie to comb what I have into place. And I did mention this in my last video. I use this, it's off of Amazon. It's Natural Brows Hair Like Eyebrow Pen, ultra fine tip. Brow Art Studio, I think's the make. And I use this end that's got like the 4 brushes. There's a single one on that end, but my hand's not steady enough. So I've learnt to use this a lot better than my last video, but you still hopefully can see what I'm doing. And I literally just gently, she says, run it through the eyebrow. And it gives the effect of brush-like strokes. You might see better me doing it on this eye. I have to be a contortionist to get my arm round there. That's that. And then just to finish off where I've not been quite straight underneath, I use my normal Maybelline Express brow, which is what I used to use for my eyebrows, but I found that I prefer this liquid pen and it stays on a lot better. So I'll just fill in any little bits, and then underneath just to straighten up that line. And my brush through. There you have it. Brows done. Right, so next up, also when I went on holiday, I like getting things off the plane. It's like a little treat before I get there. So I got some Victor & Wolf Flower Bomb, like that kind of size, and I use it when I travel. That was £26.50. I got the oil. Well, when I say I got, Simon treated me. And then I got this Morphe palette of eyeshadows. Again, they were all like 20% off, so I thought it was a really good deal. Look at those colours, aren't they lovely? Very much me. Browns, bit of a plum colour there, some shimmery shades. So I am going to use this, and it's just the Make Your Connection palette, I think that's what it's called, if you wanted to treat yourself. So with my new brushes, first off I'm going to use this one just to sweep over this colour here. It's a matte cream, it's called Sweet Escape, and it's just like a very cream base kind of colour, and for the eyebrow as well. Just sweep that over the base. I think it just brightens up the eye if you put like a nice cream colour as a base. I'm not going to put too much eye makeup on today. And then we're going to go in with the lightest beige that there is in there. And that one's called Berry Scenic. No, it's not. It's called Checked Out. And I'm just going to do a little bit on the outer corners and just into the crease there. And again, because I've got hooded eyes, I'm just going to bring it up slightly up the brow. Up the brow bone, should I say. And then do a little bit under the eye with the same colour. With a bit of a smaller brush. Just to give the eyes a bit of definition. And then we'll blend, blend, blend. And then just to finish off today, I'm just going to put a little bit of a shimmer. This first one here, so it's not too glittery, and that is called Glowing Places. I'm going to use my finger for that. And just pop it on the roundest part of the eye. Just tap that in. There's no fallout of this eyeshadow, which is lovely. And I'll just pop a little bit in each corner. Just brightens up that part of the eye. And I think for eye makeup, eyeshadow should I say, I think that'll do for today. So as before, which I mentioned about the eyelashes, I go in with this Maybelline tattoo liner. Doesn't transfer to the bottom lid, and I just literally put it in the lash line, not under on the waterline and not over, but I try and get as close to the lash line as I can. And it makes your eyelashes look thicker. So it just goes on at the base of the lashes. You can see the difference. Sorry, I keep looking at myself rather than at the actual camera lens, but hopefully you can see the difference there between the brown in the lash line There you go. Sorry if I'm getting too close up. I can't see how far I'm getting until I'm too close. Because I'm blind as a bat, deaf as a doorpost. Okie dokie. Now, do I want a little bit? I think I'm just going to go in with a tiny bit of this shade here, which is like a shade darker, and that is Flying Solo, just on the top lash line, on the actual skin above the lash line there, just to define my eye a bit more. You see? I think I said last time I'd love to be able to do winged liner, but my eye shape doesn't work for it. And if I can do it okay on this eye, which is my right eye with my right hand, when I come to doing it this side, gets all over the place. So instead we'll just put a little bit on. And not bother trying to wing it or anything. Oh, my light's just gone off. Sorry about that. There we go. We're still there. Yeah, we're still on. Yeah, got the light back on. Right, so, oops. Sorry, lost me. Everything seems to have gone dark. I don't know why. Anyway, so that's the eyeliner on. So, mascara. Again, like before, I use this MUA Makeup Academy, and I'm just going to put this curl one on. I normally do two, but I'm just going to do this one today because I find it gives enough coverage, you know, on my lashes. It's long-lasting curl mascara. It's not waterproof, but it doesn't budge, it doesn't clump, and it doesn't run or anything. So try and get my wand right to the base of the lash without pressing on too hard, so they end up getting it on your lid. And just trying to coat every lash. The light's gone off again. I think the battery's going in it. I don't curl my lashes either, because they're quite good at standing up, and I'm always worried that, you know, when you put a curler on, knowing me, I'd move my head or something and rip all my lashes out. So they scare me. But yeah, I don't think that looks too bad, to be fair, as they are. Au naturel. Let me look in the lens, Alison. Can you still see me okay? Sorry about my light. And then same on the other eye. Oh. Just going to go a bit on my eyelid. I'll get that when it's dry. Best way to get that off, let it dry and get a spoolie. Just done it again in the same place. There we go. And I'm going to put a little bit. Sometimes I don't bother putting makeup mascara on my bottom lashes, but I'm going to put a little bit on today. Some days I don't wear makeup at all. But this isn't like my everyday, like walking around the house kind of makeup. I'll do that another time. That literally takes 5 minutes. So with a spoolie, where's that gone? There it is. You see how I've got a little bit there? If you just use a spoolie, it comes off straight away without smudging your makeup. So that's that done. I'm not sure if I need a little bit more blusher. I'll just put a little bit more on. On this side. That's better. Okie dokie. And then for lipstick, I'm going to line my lips as usual with a NYX lip pencil in the colour Nude Truffle. I have got a little bit of lip salon while I've been getting ready. I don't know if you saw my last but one video about trying to get braces on my teeth. I've not heard anything yet from the hospital, but I'm hoping to get braces on at 53 years old. Take a look, you'll see why I've had to go under the hospital to have it done. Got a rogue tooth. Right, so lipstick. This is the MUA brand, like the mascara. Satin Sheen Lip Stylo. I really like this, and the colour is Heroic. It's not as brown as the other one, it's a bit browny pink, dusky pink. I quite like that colour. I'm wearing a black dress today. Some little beads on it. I'll show it you when I get ready. And I'm not going to do the whole pat you down, keep it on your lips kind of thing, because I'm eating and it's going to come off anyway. And I'll just reapply after I've eaten before we move on to another bar. And then, just as a bit of shine, this is so old, but I think it's it's a Rimmel one. It's just a lip gloss. Rimmel Oh My Gloss. And it just says lip gloss Das Brilliant, so I think that might be the colour. Oh no, it's not. It's called Per Glossy Cat. And I just like to put this in the middle. There you go. So that's my makeup finished. I'm just going to go in with the NYX Dewy Finish makeup setting spray. Give it a little shake. And I do find these setting sprays do work and keep your makeup in place. There we go. Let that dry. Put my lenses in. I'll start on my hair. I'm back. Just had a nightmare putting my lenses in, and actually I don't know if this right eye is going to pop out, so if I keep winking it's because my lens isn't settling very well. Right, onto my hair. So I'm going to use the Catwalk Root Boost Spray. I do find this is really quite good. I only put it on the crown area, so you can see I've gone really short from last time. But this is me. This is how I've always had my hair growing up and what have you, and I grow it longer. It's too fine. Gets on my nose, I pull it back, it looks a mess. So I think I'm going to stick with short for a while now. So anyway, I just spray this on at the roots, just on the crown bit. Rub that in. And then I also use the Wella Shockwaves Volume number 5 mousse. I also use the I think it's John Frieda volume. It's like in a turquoise tin. That's all right as well. But this is the one I've got at the moment. So I literally just do a tiny bit on my hair, with it being short now. Don't want it to get too sticky. And then I put that mousse throughout the rest of my hair. So for the rest of the weekend, you may wonder what I'm doing. It's Friday today. Tomorrow I'm going to Manchester with Eleanor, my eldest, to go and see Mamma Mia. It's actually one of her Christmas presents. We're up in the gods in the cheap seats. So I'm going to drive over there tomorrow. I was hoping to go on the train, but there's some engineering works on the line, so they've got replacement buses and stuff, and it'll take forever to get there and back. And Elle wants to go out when she gets back tomorrow night. We're going to the matinee. I think we're going to go to Wetherspoons for some lunch tomorrow. And then Sunday, we're just going up to the local carvery. There'll be 8 of us, so my 5. When I say my 5, that's me, Si, Elle, Phoebe and Max. And then my mum, Simon's mum and her partner, friend. We're going for Sunday lunch because I don't want to have to cook on my birthday weekend. Right, now, although my hair's short, I do clip this longer top bit out the way so that it doesn't get in my way when I'm doing round here. So, oops, sticky hands. Off we go. I've just noticed. I think that side there, over my ears, is longer than that side. I'm going to have to go and cut that. Yeah, it's definitely longer on that side. Bear with. Wish me luck. Right, that's that sorted. I'm no hairdresser, but yeah, it goes over my ear a bit more now. Anyway, if you're sitting comfortably, we shall continue.
We are close, can you feel it? Something is behind the clouds. We just have to believe it, that we can make this.
Hair all over my face now as well. Never mind. Yeah, I had a trim this morning, but I came from the hairdressers with my hair wet, so I could do this for you. It's a friend who does my hair. She's a hairdresser, but I said to her, "Oh, can you trim my hair but leave it wet, and I'm going to style it at home." I think as she blow waved it, she might have spotted that, but anyway.
Come out, let us lose ourselves in a fairy tale. Who can say what's wrong or right? We're the only ones who can decide. Baby, you and I should start living now. With the whole world at our feet, we could stay or we could leave. There is nothing in between. So baby, we should start living now. 'Cause we only have this life. Wanna laugh and wanna cry. I don't wanna waste my time. So baby, we should start living.
Oh, so that's me back short again. I did add, well, I'm going to put a bit of straightener in it, but I did actually put a colour on it last weekend, I think it was. I don't get much grey, but I was getting a few bits round here. So I think for my age, I don't do too bad, to be fair. And I put on the, it's just a box dye, semi-permanent L'Oreal casting, and I think it is medium brown. I think the number's 500. So yeah, I just put that on, which is closest to my natural hair colour, so that when it fades and grows out, I don't have like a definite line or anything. So I'm just going to plug my little mini straighteners in just to do my fringe bit, because it's a bit damp outside today and I'll end up getting a kink in there. So just bear with and I'll show you that. Sorry, I'm just looking at somebody outside wondering if they were coming. More presents for me, but no, they're not. So I've got these little mini straighteners. Even when I had longer hair, I never used to straighten it because it always needed volume and body with it being so fine. But I do find this just round my fringe works, and it's not too big and burn my head. These are off Amazon. Melido. I don't quite know how you pronounce it. But they're all right. They're only a 10, 15 quid or something like that. So I'm just going to do around my fringe. I might actually do a bit there up on top to keep some volume in it. Just at the base. That's a bit better. That's them. So I normally put a little bit of dry shampoo in my hair when it's longer, just to get some texture and keep some volume in it. So I'm just going to put a little bit in. I know it's shorter now, but just on this crown section. And you have to give it a good rub in, because otherwise you end up with white powder looking in your hair. But that just gives it a bit of texture to stay in place. I've had it shorter than this before, can you believe it? It's just so quick and easy to do. And I can go a few days without washing it, whereas when I had longer hair, I'd have to do it most days because it just looked a mess. when I've not done anything with it. So that's the dry shampooing, and then I've got some of this Got To Be paste. I bought it ages ago to try and do something with me slightly longer hair, but it's texture clay for matte something or other. I can't read it without my other glasses on. So I just get a little bit of that. I've got one of these plastic things, so just get all over my hands. Put about that much on, if that, to be fair. Now it's a bit shorter. Just work that through my fingers, and then I'll just put that in at the roots and give it some definition and texture. I'll just turn around. You can see better than I can, but I'm assuming that's got a nice bit of volume in it there. And on that side, yeah, that's going to stay up a lot better. Like that. Not had it short for probably about 8 years. But yeah, it feels like me again. Easy to do, quick to do. And there we go. So I'll just finish that with a bit of spray. Happy with that. Oh, and again, I'm using Weller Shockwaves in number 5. Stronghold, I think it is. Extra strong, ultra strong or something. I'll spray this. I'll go and look at the back and think, oh, that bit looks a bugger. But yeah, I'll definitely keep the volume in it and the style better now it's shorter. I'm not quite sure about my fringe, how far to bring it down, but that bit there is going to get on my nerves, so we'll spray that up. That's better. So there we have it, hair, makeup done. And I'll show you the finished outfit. So this is the final look. I've got a dress on from Jo Brown's I bought a couple of years ago. It's got little tiny bees on it, which I thought was quite cute. Knee length, teamed it with my ankle boots. Can you see my ankle boots? So yeah, I've got some gold jewellery on, and yeah, that's the final outfit for my birthday. So morning, so I'm up bright and early. I had a good night for my birthday last night, didn't get too drunk, and me and Eleanor are off to Manchester to see Mamma Mia. So this is what I'm wearing for today, and let me show you what Eleanor's wearing. She looks brilliant for our Mamma Mia concert day, but then actually she's going straight out afterwards, so she's all ready for a fun day and a fun night, and we're going to go and have some lunch. So see you in Manchester. So well, what have you got to bring?
My glasses.
So what have we got to do?
Hire some binoculars.
Aye.
Aye, aye.
My birthday. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you've not subscribed yet, please consider subscribing and liking. And if you like this kind of video, let me know if you want to do some more get ready with me's. I'm quite happy to do more of those, and see you on the next one. Bye.